Hello, violin students. This video is for you if you are just starting violin lessons. You are a brand new beginner. I'm going to walk you through some of those beginning exercises that will help you and equip you to a solid foundation. Before I get into it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you have access to the notifications quickly, because I will be posting more videos on beginning exercises. Okay, so in the first class, we all learned about the parts of the instrument and then also the names of the strings. So I'm going to start with the names of the strings. We're going to do a quick review with the names of the strings, and I'm going to use a song called the Ants song that helps to reinforce the string names. So if you turn your violin toward you and hold the shoulders, and if you're sitting down, you should sit down doing this exercise, and you can just rest the bottom shoulders on your lap. And then I want you to take your right thumb, and we're going to start with that skinniest string. That skinniest string is called E. That's the highest string on your violin. The string next to it is A, and then we keep going to the left. You notice the strings get a little thicker. We have D and then G. So the song goes like this. Um, each and every ant, digging in the dirt, going underground, ground. And if you notice the repetition of each word, it corresponds with the name of the string. The first letter of those repeated words correspond to the name of the string. So the song goes like this. Each, each, each and every ant, digging in the dirt, going underground, ground. So you're going to practice that. Just play each string 3 times and say the name of the string, or you can repeat this little rhyme as you do it. Okay, so that will reinforce the names of the strings. And then you can also, let's see, you can also take your violin, make sure you're holding it with your left hand. Remember, the violin is all about the left side. So this is your left, okay? Put it on the top left shoulder and place it under your arm. This is rest position when we're not playing the violin, or this is how you should hold your violin. Rest position. You can also pluck that little exercise we just did. Sometimes I'll call this guitar position. Hold your violin like a guitar. You can also do that. Your hand here, left hand is still on the shoulder, but take your free hand, take your thumb, and just play the strings that way. So, and remember, when we're using our fingers, they're always over the fingerboard. Okay, this area here is for the bow. Fingers go over the fingerboard. So even when we're plucking, because there's 2 ways we can play the violin, plucking or with the bow. And when we pluck, the word for that, the Italian word for that is pizzicato, abbreviated P-I-Z-Z. And it just means to pull the string. So you're going to gently pull the string or pluck the string. So you can do that with your right thumb over the fingerboard. Each, each and every ant, digging in the dirt, going underground, ground. All right. And then the other thing I wanted to come to you with, on your violin, you have finger tape. You may have 3 or 4 finger tapes. Now on the violin, we use 4 fingers. The thumb is just the thumb. Okay, the thumb will rest on the side of the neck here behind that first tape, and then the fingers will be placed on each of those tapes on your violin. When the fingers go down, this is important. When the fingers go down, you want to bring them down like this so that you see tabletops. Okay, And so you're going down on your tips, on the pads of your fingers. And you want to make sure also that your nails are short. This is so important because if you have nails, it's going to interfere with the sound and you will not be able to produce a clean sound when you place those fingers down. So the first step in before putting the fingers to those tapes, practice this. Hold up your left hand so you have a straight hand and just roll the finger down, up and down. Okay, and again, notice the tabletops. And you could also try this one at a time, you know, or two at a time. But just practice bringing those fingers up and down. And then we're going to apply that to the violin. You want to make sure, as I said before, the thumb is behind the first tape. So I'm going to do this in guitar position first. Thumb behind the first tape, and then this side of your finger is touching the other side of the neck. So it's going to look like this, right? And you should allow, there should be space. In other words, this part of your hand is not touching the neck. You don't want this. You see how high my thumb is? That's a no-no. You want to just put the thumb on the side of the neck here, like that, and see here's space here. You want to create that L shape. There's an L shape. And then the other side of the finger, about the second, at the second joint there, that's where you want to rest the side of your finger. And then you're going to practice on the E string. Let's practice rolling the first finger down on that first tape. So up and down. What do you notice about your hand when you're rolling the finger down? Is your hand moving? No, just the finger goes down. Okay, now let's add the second finger on that second tape. And the same thing. Did my hand move? No, just the finger goes down. Let's add the third finger. Notice the third finger sits right next to the second finger. For my very young students, I like to say they're best friends. So these two will come down. The third finger will come down close to the second finger. And then you can go ahead and practice the fourth finger too. And again, what you want to look for, two things. Your fingers are coming down, the tabletop, and then your hand is straight. Now, let me go back to the fingers for a second. When you bring the finger down, this is what you do not want. This is what I do not want to see. See that? See how my fingers are flat? I'm like bending that's a no-no. So bring them down again like that. And on top of the tape, on the pad. The other thing, here's another exercise. Try sliding up and down the instrument. Just put, just a little pressure on the string, right? And just slide. And you don't want to squeeze. No squeezing allowed. Just enough pressure that the string is going to touch the fingerboard. And that's as much weight as you need, and then try it on a different string. And the reason for this exercise is so that when you are ready to play a note, pluck with the finger down, you're ready to make a sound with the finger on the string, on that tape. It will sound, clear and clean. Now let me show you what happens if you do not apply just enough weight of your finger on the string. It's going to sound like this. You see that? There's no sound. But if I give it just enough weight, see? So here's E, and then first finger, See, and again, if I don't have enough weight, it's going to sound like that. So just enough weight, give it a little pinch, and then here's the second finger and the third finger. Okay, and you can practice putting them down and then taking them off. Just practice going up. When we go up the instrument, it's this way, toward the bridge, is up. The sounds get higher. Okay, coming down is toward the scroll. All right, so I'm going to try that in play position. So I've done that little exercise in rest position or guitar position. Now we're going to apply it in play position. Okay, so again, let's talk about the hand. You want to have an L shape to your hand. The thumb behind the tape, and here's your first finger on the side of the neck. And then my fingers are, so make sure you're nice and relaxed. Wiggle those fingers. Make sure you're standing straight. Knees a little bent, and you just relax your body. And then go ahead and practice tapping. You can also, oh, here's another one, practice sliding up and down the instrument. So you're sliding on the thumb. And again, you're not touching the neck here. Not that. You want to allow space, right? Allow room. Allow room. Just slide up and down. You can also try this with a finger lightly touching the string. Try a different finger. First finger. Try a different string, like you're dusting the string. Okay. All right, let's go back to the finger. So go back to the E string. So I'm here, my fingers are over the tape, and notice my fingers are not up in the air, but they're curved like an umbrella over the string. And just put the first finger down, and here's the second finger, third finger. Let's do this with plucking. We're going to see what those notes sound like. Now that we're in play position, go ahead and take your thumb and put it on the edge of your fingerboard, and then we're going to pluck with the index finger. And again, here's another L shape. Okay, so we're going to pluck on the E string. So here we go. E, and play each note 2 times. E, first finger, second finger, third finger. Now notice, and if you want to try the fourth finger, then go backwards, peel them off. Okay, and in this beginning exercise, I'm only focused on finger placement. We're not giving any attention yet to what are these sounds when I put my first finger on E, my second finger on E, like what are those sounds called? That lesson is later. For this lesson, we're only focused on putting the finger down, putting enough weight or enough pressure on the string so that it produces that beautiful sound. And then the second finger, third finger, and then the fourth finger. And again, make sure you're not collapsing those fingers, right? Keep them nice and tall and curved. Every finger should have a, what do we call that? A tabletop shape. All right, so that's the first exercise. So we'll stop here, and I'll post another video later for another beginner exercise. So have fun practicing placing your fingers, reviewing the string names, and remember, the violin is all about the left side. So hold that instrument with your left hand, the shoulder with the left hand, and when you're not playing, place it in rest position or place it in your case. All right, have fun. If you have any questions, just feel free to text me or email me here. and I'll talk with you soon.